Anime games kinda suck. I know there are a ton of amazing anime games that are genuinely really fun to play, but if you really think about it, it's just the tip of the iceberg and what is only talked about. Because man oh man, there are a ton of shitty anime games that tried to make it work, but sadly fell flat in the eyes of the audiences. Today, we will be talking about the failures of anime video games and what they could have done to make the experience of the game overall better. Well, what other game to start with than the biggest letdown of the anime gaming sphere, Jump Force.
Look, Pim, I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause.
Okay, so let's start with the hype of it all. It was 2018 and it has just been announced. A fully functioning anime fighting brawler is coming out with all of the fan favorites such as Luffy, Goku, Naruto, and much more. The announcement on stage was amazing. You can feel how much hype was around this event even from the first look.
You gonna go have fun now?
Yes.
But boy, oh boy, when this thing released, it got carpet bombed in the reviews, and honestly, most of the reviews were justified. They'd given us this false hope of the best anime fighting game to ever exist, somehow even better than J-Star, but we were bamboozled. The gameplay aspect is honestly not even too bad. It's just that it had some issues that cannot be overlooked. So the repetitive combat is actually one of them. One of the most significant complaints was the repetitive nature of the combat. The moves and combos for many characters felt similar, leading to lack of variety and depth in fighting mechanics. The repetitiveness made the gameplay feel monotonous for some players, especially during the extended play session. If you were to go on to play like an hour or two of the game straight up, you would get completely bored super fast. The lack of depth was actually one of the other main aspects of why it was so bad. I for sure felt that the game lacked the complexity and depth found in other popular fighting games, like for example, Naruto Ninja Storm 4, Dragon Ball Kakarot, and even the other Dragon Ball games that I really don't even play. There were fewer mechanics to master, which did lead to a reduced skill ceiling and less satisfaction for the experienced players. The unbalanced characters were so bad. I mean, some of them were you could kind of deal with it, but most of them were super terrible. Balance issues plagued Jump Force, where certain characters were perceived as overpowered, while others were underpowered or had less viable movesets. This imbalance in character strength impacted the competitive aspect of the game. The clunky moveset and controls. I found the movement and controls to be clunky and unresponsive at times, leading to my frustration during battles. It felt like I was using the same Logitech controller the submarine was using. Visual and performance issues, cause oh my god, this game looks such dog shit. The game's graphics and performance received criticism, with concerns about frame drops and visual inconsistencies, affecting the overall gaming experience. It wasn't overly horrible, but it did kind of mess up the experience, especially toward launch. Now, I kind of want to touch on why it looks so bad, because they had so much time to actually fix this, but man, this doesn't even look like it's animated correctly. Most of the times when they have conversations in the actual cutscenes, their mouths don't even move. They look so clunky. The AI problems. The game's AI opponents were often seen as predictable and lacking in strategic intelligence, leading to a less challenging and engaging single-player experience. The lack of single-player content as well. While Jump Force emphasizes its online multiplayer aspects, the single-player campaign and other offline modes were criticized for lacking depth and replayability. This is especially terrible now because of the shutdown of the online mode, collision detection, and hitboxes. Some players reported issues with collision detection and hitboxes, leading to instances where attacks wouldn't correctly connect, or where characters would get stuck on objects like completely. Let's actually talk about the plot for a second, because Jesus Christ, it is horrendous. Now you can probably cover up a bad story with, let's just say, a nice art style for amazing animation, but nah, they couldn't even do that. The plot sucks so much ass that you feel like your brain is on a drug that slows down your ability to comprehend anything. I think I would enjoy sitting in an algebra class and have more fun than watching a cutscene in this shitty game. Now, it's not just because the plot is all over the place trying to fit the entire cast of characters into one single storyline, but it's also bad because the way they try to do it, it makes me infuriated. I feel as if they had a coherent storyline with individual groups of characters doing their own things, that would make a lot more sense. Adding the custom created character was for sure a cool idea, but it didn't work out because it felt off seeing that in a mix of well-known characters. Like, bro, I understand why they wanted to make a custom created character in it, because it's like, oh yeah, cool, I create this character and I see them with my favorite characters. But nah, bro, whenever you're in like an actual story cutscene, it looks super stupid.
Three-syllable word, they think you're a professor.
Man, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you, you high and mighty weak.
Stupid. Like, bro, get out of here. I just want to see the actual main characters talk and actually connect with each other. That's why I got the game originally. Seeing Luffy and freaking Goku talk is one of the main selling points of the entire game. Now, I know we're talking about terrible anime games and why they did terrible in the first place. I want to show you what an actual good anime game is, and especially for its time, this is probably one of the best anime games we've still had to this day. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. It captured the essence of Dragon Ball Z anime in the manga. It faithfully recreated the iconic battles, characters, and locations from the series, allowing all the fans to immerse themselves in the world of Dragon Ball Z like never before. The huge character roster was one of the main aspects that I loved about it. The game featured an extensive roster of characters from the Dragon Ball Z universe, including various transformations and alternate versions. Players could choose from a wide range of fighters, each with unique moves and abilities, adding depth and replayability to the gameplay, something Jump Force didn't really capitalize on. 3D combat and interactive environments. Unlike previous Dragon Ball Z games, Budokai introduced a fully 3D combat system, allowing players to fight in a vast, open environments. This feature gave a sense of freedom and flexibilities in battles, enabling players to perform high-flying aerial maneuvers in destructible environments, making the fights feel more dynamic and engaging. And man, the combo system of special moves were so fun. The game featured a satisfying combo system, allowing players to chain attacks together, replicating the fast-paced and action-packed fighting style in the anime. Additionally, each character had their signature special moves and powerful ultimate attacks, which added excitement to the battles. The single-player and multiplayer modes. It offered various game modes, including a deep single-player story mode that followed the events of Dragon Ball Z, as well as a multiplayer mode for competitive play. The combination of a compelling and story-driven gameplay and enjoyable multiplayer experience made the game appealing to a wide range of players. Cultural impact and nostalgia definitely drove this as well. During its release, Dragon Ball Z was already beloved and an influential franchise worldwide. The game tapped into the nostalgia and passion of fans, providing them with an interactive and immersive experience within the beloved Dragon Ball Z universe. I kind of want to touch on Jujutsu Kaisen game. I know the trailer just came out, but it actually looks pretty fun. Seeing as it's made by Bandai Namco and not CyberConnect, I don't know how to feel, to be honest. I mean, Bandai is known for some good games, don't get me wrong, but CyberConnect has the upper hand when it comes to games like this. Hopefully we'll see a new era of games like this, and I want it to be more original than the Demon Slayer game was, because to be honest, the Demon Slayer game was honestly just a copy and paste of the Naruto Ninja Storm series, just with different characters and different abilities. All I want to see is Maki and Nobara do a twerking contest in oil as an ultimate attack. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Click on this video right here to see why K-On! Is the best anime of all time.